Hey guys, long time no chat. We're going old school, propped up on bottles. So I was thinking over the last couple days about the this budget stuff. Um, about like my gift fund that I want to be running. Not gift. The give, GIVE, give fund. Um, I think what I need to remember is that to me, a little bit is better than what I was doing. Like, little changes is always going to be better than what I was doing. And I don't think that I'm going to hold myself to the giant number that I had marked out. It's like 1,500 and something. I think what I will do instead is I will set aside $50 every month. Maybe I should probably be writing this down since I'm thinking about this and problem solving while I'm talking to my camera. So for giving, I think what I'll do is I'll just pull out $50 in cash. I'll make that in tens. And then I can give a little bit here and there. Maybe I'll make a mesh envelope or something. It's so dusty or something in my house. It's windy. It's like springtime weather. It's January 12th, 11th. January 11th right now. And it's acting like spring. So we had this windy front come through for a while. Maybe like 3-4 hours of pretty big wind. Now the wind has died off and it's raining, and in the rain is little chunks of ice or sleet or hail or something like that. I don't know. It's acting very spring-like, and I'm feeling my energy disappearing because this is the gray, dreary weather that really gets my seasonal affect going. But keep on cranking forward. Feed myself. Go to work on time. Do all the work that I'm supposed to do. Make sure I feed myself. Yeah, so that's my main goals right now, just to keep myself functioning. But anyway, back to budgeting. So what I was gonna do was like every month tiered giving was gonna be $240 for January, $220 for February, and was gonna like work its way down to $20 in December. I don't think I'm gonna do that anymore. I think I'm just gonna do the $50 and the $100 bills. That way I can give to maybe to more people, or what I don't give will save up and I can give something bigger to somebody else. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But what I want to do instead, because that'll release a lot of money, I'm gonna bump my new car. I have that set at $25 automatic deposit. I'm gonna change that to $100 per month. That way I'll get closer to that $2,000. And yeah, I'm also going to, instead of saving my new car fund in with my fuel and car maintenance, which kind of makes sense, it's a much longer term, like 3 years probably, before I get to the point where I need to replace my car. I'm going to save that in the bank account with my emergency fund, which has a much higher interest yield. And because that just makes sense, right? Why not get 3 years of good interest lighten up the load of what's coming and going in that one bank account, which is my fuel, maintenance, repairs, and replace. It'll just take off the replace, and it'll just be fuel and maintenance / repairs is what that fund will be about. Oh, my eggs are boiling. They hit their 10-minute mark. Oh. Yay. So, I think that'll be, sorry guys. Okay. I think that'll be a good option because then I will get more return. That one bank account won't be at like $5 million, and I don't know, I just feel kind of overwhelmed keeping track of too many things in one bank account. I kind of like the bank accounts being their own entities, I guess you could call it. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start saving new car in my e-fund. New car means a replacement car, not an actual new car. The goal is $2,000 this year. Next year I should be done with my teeth, so then I'll save another, hopefully, $2,000 to $3,000 in 2019, and then by 2020, if my car's still alive, yay! If my car's not still alive, I'll have enough money to get a good, reliable car. Because out where I'm at, $1,000 car is like really a $3,000 car, because you're going to buy the car for $1,000 and another $2,000 worth of repairs you're going to have to get done to it in the next couple months. So it's like the Dave Ramsey idea of buying a jalopy and then replacing the jalopy with like a upgraded jalopy. Like, I live out in nowhere. I live out in nowhere. We get a variety of weather styles. Like, it gets pretty hot. It hit like over 100 degrees this summer. I think it hit the teens, which is like over 10 degrees below freezing for a couple days this winter so far. So I need something that can handle that and isn't going to leave me stranded 10 miles from the nearest place that I can get help. So there's all that. In my car, like, as unreliable, it's $1,000 car right now, but I know what's wrong with it, and I know what I need to do, and I know that it's not going to leave me stranded right now. It just needs brakes. And probably, like, a fuel system cleaning. It's probably due for another oil change. I don't put a ton of miles on my car. Like, my commute to and from work is under 25 miles. So, and then on the weekends, I tend to just stay home, mostly. So, there's not a lot of miles on it. So, changing every 3 months, it's extra money. So, I'll make sure that I change it twice a year at a minimum. Because I'm putting good oil in it. And good filters. That's the other part. Make sure you got good filters. So, yeah. New car, $100 emergency fund. Giving, we're changing that to $50. And every month I'll just pull out $10 bills. And that way I can just, I don't know, I could keep a $10 bill or maybe two $10 bills in my wallet And that's something that I can donate to a charity when I happen to be walking to and from places. I can, if I see somebody struggling, whatever, I can just hand them a $10 bill, because I'll keep it on my person. It's not for spending, it's just for giving. So, yeah, that'd be kind of cool. A cool idea. Yeah. Anyway, so I think that's how I'm gonna do that. I'd rather be more like a Johnny Appleseed than a I don't know. I don't know. Johnny Appleseed, he just planted random trees here and there, and he's probably like, there's like some crazy racist side to that story, but anyway, that's not where I'm coming from. I'm coming from the whitewashed version that I heard. He ran around and planted apple trees. Here comes Johnny Appleseed, planting all the apple trees. Anyway, I think that would be more fulfilling to me, more joy than saving up all of that money. So $50 at 12, that's $600 over the course of the year. And I could still, with $600, I don't run across people in need very often, so I'll probably have a minimum of $500 by the end of the year, for helping people out, helping kids out, or whatever. So I don't feel bad about that. That's a good number. And added bonus, I'm not putting a massive financial strain on myself for trying to take care of things. So, let's see. I'm looking at my budget. I know I haven't posted my budget video, but I think my brain is just focused on like self-care right now, because this is the season between January, February, March, and April. Those are like my seasons of ultimate depression. That is when I really need to make sure that I'm getting time in front of my light. Seasonal affect disorder. Yay. Super fun. Anyway, so I am going to rework my budget, not like you guys have really seen it, and double check. I know that this $100 will work because it's only increasing it by 75, and that'll be my giving for January. I had it marked at $240. So that'll be reducing that by like $190. So yeah, the new car won't really make a major dent in that, because there'll be more money. And then that gives me more money to put towards my teeth and get that funded faster. I'm gonna, and then that will also, because like I said before, like, I don't like when my budget changes all the time. I like it to be like as streamlined and homogeneous as possible. Random things are gonna pop up that I need to fund. Like, I funded Christmas, I funded getting studded tires, and repaying my emergency fund a bunch of times. I don't remember all the things that I've funded. I've funded things before, though. Yeah. I don't remember what they were, though. I suppose another option for giving would be Um, the money that I make from the bottles and cans, I do want to, I'll probably save that up for until the summer, and then do a food buy for the crew, or maybe even for like the whole janitorial maintenance and grounds crew, which is like the whole big group of people that I work with. Right now I'm at just over $100. I've got more bottles and cans in my truck. There will be more starting next week because I will be shifting into a different job because every 2 weeks we change. Right now I'm doing bathrooms, which is like crazy busy, and I don't have time to go to the classrooms to sort out the cans and put them into the recycling, and then on Friday to go and gather them out of the recycling. So I will get to do that next week. So I'll be able to start getting more bottles and cans money. So yeah, I think that's kind of like the main things. I'm gonna change those two things around. Pulling giving cash instead of putting giving into a bank account, because I'll be pulling less giving. And then the new car fund is like such a long-term savings, and it's not going to be coming and going from the bank account, that I feel comfortable putting it into my emergency fund account. That feels like a good way to do that. So I'm going to go online and change that. I think I had a $25 automatic deposit, and I will cancel that and turn that instead into a $100 automatic deposit into a different bank account. So that's how I deal with my automatic transfers, because I really don't want to sit there and shift all the money around myself. So it's kind of a long one. I guess I can go over what my budget for January is. So I'm still making my money portion, my income, if you can see that, is still $260 and $18 is kind of how I did it last year as well. Let's move this. And then let there be light. And then I just kind of, my cash is pretty much the same. I am pulling out an adventure, which is that bottom one, $50. I'm also going to add in the giving down here. My bills haven't changed. I just submitted my paperwork to get my student loans not deferred, but like reduced. We'll see how that goes, because they did it off my 2016 taxes, which is what we did it off of last year. But I think what I'll do is when I file my taxes this year, I'll see what the difference between this year and 2016 was. So 2017 versus 2016. And if it is a big difference, like worthy of changing, like they've got calculators out, so you can go on to the FSA website, Federal Student Aid, I think is what it's called. And you can type in calculator, so based on like how much loans you have and how much your gross income, which is before they take out all the taxes, like what your hours mixed with your wage are before they take out any union dues or any of that kind of stuff. And then that's how they come up with that number. We'll see, because I don't know what's going on with that credit card money that I got in November, November, something like that. Anyway, so we'll see what the difference is. If it is a big enough difference in how much I have to pay, like reducing it, then I will refile. Otherwise, I'll try and keep it the way that it is. If they let me. I don't know, because I filed under 2016 taxes last time. I don't think they expect us to have our taxes filed already, because it's not until the 31st that all of our institutions require to give us our W-4s or our 1092s or 29s or whatever they are, like the banking and your work and all that stuff. Anyway, so we'll see what happens with that. Okay, next one down is my transfers. I've got insurance is $75 because that changed. My food, that one says food? Nope, that's teeth. It's backwards to me when I'm reading right here. My teeth, that's pulling out 2 different times, for first paycheck and second paycheck. This one is medical, and $100 for fuel. New car, I'm going to change this one to $100. Gifts, I'm thinking about rethinking my gifts. I think I'll put this $65 in for now, and then for February, I will rethink that. Just because that's a lot of money, and my family, was not super, I don't know, I didn't get good feedback from them when I gave them the Christmas presents. I got kind of underwhelming feedback. So I think what I want to do this year is, the kids, I'll give them a card, like a birthday card, $20 bill in it, mail it to them, because kids like mail with their name on it, and then they can do what they want to with the money. It's the money that I have budgeted for them anyway. And then for Christmas, I'll take the money that I had planned for all the people in my brother's family. There's 5 of them, my brother, his wife, oldest boy, youngest, and the middle kid, which is the daughter. And I'll take that and pull that out in cash and stick that in an envelope and address it to the whole family and say that it's for a road trip or a camping trip or something. That they really like doing stuff like that, and I think that it would be better to help pay into their adventures than to give them things that inevitably get thrown away. My brother is the biggest, if the kids don't pick something up, it doesn't matter if it's brand new and it's the first time they tried to use it, and he told them to go do their chores, and they talked to him hey, we're in the middle of playing this game, is it okay if we leave it out? My brother says yeah, and then the kids go off to do their chores, and if they get caught dinking around doing their chores, my brother will be like, you guys have to clean all of this, everything that's on the floor goes in the burn pile, and it doesn't matter what's on the floor, it's gone. So I think that it would be better to buy help fund adventures versus fund things that are just going to get thrown away, basically throwing away my money. If that makes sense. I'm sure it does. So I'm going to recalculate my gifts based on that. And put a note here and double check. 20 kids. And then I'll recalculate how much money I want to be putting into that gift fund. I do still want to have some money set aside. Maybe what I'll do is, instead of funding all of the miscellaneouses every month, I will just kind of, I don't know, pull a $20 bill every month and put that into an envelope here at my house. And then when I do come across a graduation, I can give them a 20 or two 20s, depending on what graduation they're coming out of. I don't expect anybody in my circle getting married anytime soon. Babies happen. Yeah, so then I'll have a little bit of money that I can stick in a card and give it to people. I think that would be a good way to do that. So 20 bucks a month, that would come out to $240 a year. That's not too bad. Do I want to go 40? Let's do 40. And then I'll reassess that come summertime, because summertime is when everything starts happening. Times 3. And then, yeah. So there we go. Okay, so I've got some notes on things to revisit. My giving, I'll pull that out as cash. New car, that's going into my e-fund. Gifts, new quantities for gifts. So I get to re-update. Have it on an envelope. I might have it on a card. I use these little index cards for like everything. They're great. Okay. Transfers, so gifts, we're going to reassess that for February, but for January we're going to keep that at 65. By we, I mean me and my cat. I don't know. Yeah. Transfer manually. Don't really have any manual transfers. This, I just went and looked at my paycheck. My paycheck this month is $1,900 plus some. I had like 200 and something dollars of overtime. It's crazy. So yeah, I think I don't think that's all gonna go into over-unders. I think that will just kind of, maybe, I don't know what I'm going to do with that. We'll see. We'll see. Because I do have an over-under automatic transfer of $25. So I'm going to automatically pay my personal dink around on the internet savings $25 a month. And my disability income has gone up almost $10. It's like $9.36 or something like that. So it's almost $10. And then my paycheck, like, it fluctuates so much. So $25 will be less than if I actually did my over-unders versus, I don't know. That makes sense. So I think giving myself $25, that reduces the amount of math that I have to do every month to figure out how much to transfer into that savings account. So I think that'll work good for me. So I'm not going to really keep track of my over-unders anymore. What I will do instead is pull my cash, pay my bills, and then once everything's cleared my account, double check that I've got all the cash that I need, everything transferred right, all the bills got paid correctly, and then bring that total back down to $100, putting that into whichever spot I'm focusing on, whether that's debt or right now funding my teeth. So I have a dentist appointment next Thursday, 1 week from today. That's gonna potentially be an extraction. We'll see how it goes. Fun. Okay. Alright, crazy long video. I'm gonna go do some math. And thanks for hanging out. Bye!